Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kate.
We're the Balbies.
Thank you so much for watching me again and joining me as I bake through Disneyland. It's don't come over to my house. I'm not saying that. You can't. Social distancing. I've got my super cute little Mickey dough. Okay, get over it. Try the dough. Fry it up. It's delicious. We've got our little beignets. That's a nice dough. And who doesn't love deep fried dough? Am I right? This is a little hack. It's gonna be really good, you guys. Again, quarantine problems. How to know when a cookie is done. Oh my gosh. Look at how cute are those. Are the gray stuff. It's delicious.
It's like being on Main Street.
All right, guys, today Kate is showing you guys how to make churros, and I am so excited because it is Cinco de Mayo, and I decided to go with the classic Cinco de Mayo heritage and go with cocoa today. So enjoy her churro tutorial. You guys will get to see a sneak peek to the cocoa ears that will be coming out this summer during Pixar Summer, and I hope you guys enjoy how to make churros. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Kate. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to make churros, and Disneyland released their churro recipe, and so I'm using that one, and it sounds kind of difficult, but it comes together pretty easily, and I think it's something that you will really love making and be proud of yourself for doing because it's kind of out of the box. The thing I've realized with their churro recipe is that they add a little bit of cinnamon into the dough, and I think that's what makes their churros extra magical. So we're gonna get started. You're gonna need a saucepan, a cup of water, a stick of butter or 8 tablespoons of butter. You're gonna need salt and flour, cinnamon, and eggs. Let's get started. We're gonna turn on our stove to medium-high. I'm gonna add our cup of water and our stick of butter. Add the salt too. And we're gonna let that come to a roiling boil. So you just wanna really make sure it's really boiling. We're just gonna kind of stir this up, let the butter melt, mix in with the water and the salt, and we'll let that go. All right, so we've got this boiling. You can see the steam coming up. It's looking really good. Got it a really nice boil. We're gonna add our flour to the boiling water, butter, salt mixture. And we're gonna do 1 1/4 cup of flour. And you can see here that I'm scooping my flour into my measuring cup because I really want to make sure that I get the right amount here. Because if I have too much flour, it will ruin this recipe. So I just scoop it in with the spoon and then scrape off the excess. And then I'm going to dump it in here, and I'm going to quickly get it in my 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to stir this all up. I'm going to turn down the heat to low, and I'm going to stir it all up. And it's going to kind of create a ball of dough. And it comes together really fast. So you're just going to want to stir it all up. Make sure you get all the flour. There's no chunks of flour in there. And then you're going to turn off the heat, remove it from the heat, and you will see that's a nice dough. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cool for about 5 to 7 minutes off to the side. We wanna make sure that it's nice and cool, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in eggs one at a time. And if it's too hot, it's gonna cook the eggs right away, and we don't want that to happen. Get like chunks of cooked egg in your dough, and then that won't taste good. So, and we do it one at a time to just really make sure it gets incorporated well, and you'll see how it, right now the dough is pretty matte, like it's just, the eggs will make it shiny is basically what I'm getting to. So we're gonna let that sit and cool, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. So in the meantime, you can be putting your sugar and cinnamon together to roll the churros in. So you could do a cup of sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. That's what the recipe calls for. You can also be getting your oil ready. So you'll want to, I like to use a Dutch oven pan, but you can use a different kind of pan. That's not, it doesn't really matter. But you'll fill it with oil, you'll get it to 360. Again, you'll want a like a candy thermometer or some kind of way to tell that your oil is hot enough. And then I'll show you how to make the churros, put it in here. You're gonna need a piping bag and a star tip. If you don't have a piping bag, you can use a Ziploc bag. If you don't have a star tip, just cut off a little corner of the piping bag and you'll just get like round, not round, you get more of like a tube shape churro than a traditional looking churro. Still gonna be yummy and delicious. We'll give this time to cool and then we'll go ahead and start the next step. I've let my dough cool for those 5, 7, it was a little more like 7 minutes. Something I totally forgot. I talked about cinnamon being the magic in the churro dough and forgot to put mine in. So I just added it in afterwards. I don't recommend doing that. If you can remember to put it in the water and butter and salt and cinnamon, put it in that part, even better. But if you forget like I did, it's okay. Not the end of the world. Just go ahead and add it in. So still have my ball of dough and I'm gonna add 1 egg at a time. Right now I've got my oil starting to heat up, cinnamon and sugar right here, paper towel on a cooling tray so that when the churros are done, they can go right here and then I can quickly dip them in cinnamon sugar. So we'll go ahead and put our eggs in. And you wanna make sure it gets fully incorporated into the dough. So it's gonna feel kind of slimy, like it's not coming together and then it'll come together. So as you can see, it looks like it's not gonna come together and it's all separated and goopy, but you'll just keep working it, keep stirring it in, and it will all come together. The dough will absorb all the egg. And now my dough is looking shiny, just like the Moana song. See, now it's all come together. It's gonna be great. You can see it's a little bit shinier than before we added the eggs. Now that our dough is done, we're gonna stick it in our piping bag. And here's my piping bag with the star tip. I'm going to use my kitchen scissors. These are only used for food, nothing else. They're clean. And so we're gonna pipe it and we're gonna cut it off into, you know, bite-sized churros. These are gonna be bite-sized. These are not gonna be the huge, long churros that you find in the park. That is gonna be a little different, but still just as yummy and delicious. Get this in here. I've got my dough in my bag. The oil is now hot. I'm gonna turn it down just a smidge actually because it's still pretty hot. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze it out, let a couple inches go, cut it off, it'll drop in the oil. We're gonna cook them until they get a nice golden brown. Put them on the paper towel and then dip them in the cinnamon sugar. I'll say we'll let these kind of cook in here for about 30 seconds to a minute. Again, when you deep fry small amounts of batter like this, it's not going to take very long for them to cook. And you don't want them to get overcooked or they soak up all the oil and then you're just eating this like soggy, crunchy, oily, not goodness. You don't want them to be too underdone because then they'll still be raw dough. So just a nice kind of golden, beautiful color, right like that. So I'm just gonna pull these out with my tongs. If you have a metal slotted spoon or something like that, that'd work even better. I don't have anything like that, so I just use these metal tongs and it seems to work all right. So we're gonna let these, and you kind of wanna roll them around so that way they fully get, all the sides get fully cooked or fried in the oil. Then we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna dip them. We're just gonna put them in our cinnamon sugar right here. And we're just going to roll them around in cinnamon and sugar. Ryan's gonna join us for our taste testing. Ryan, say hello to the YouTube
Hello.
world. All right. Here's your churro.
Great, thank you.
He's too tall for this frame.
It's like being on Main Street. They're delicious. So good.
These are good.
This is bad for my health, but delicious.
I would say, don't come over to my house. I'm not saying that. You can't. Social distancing. I was gonna say overcome. That's what I'm trying to say. Overcome your fear of thinking, ooh, that sounds like not just mixing sugar and flour together in a bowl. I have to cook something on the stove. Get over it. Try the dough. Fry it up. It's delicious. You're gonna want to do that. It's gonna take you to Disneyland because none of us can be there right now, and it's gonna be delicious. So, thank you for watching this. I hope it was helpful. If you want to support us in our adoption fund, hit the donate button. We really, really appreciate it, and we look forward to baking with you some more in the future. Thanks.